Fact number 153. Um, Trying to not run, keep running behind. But 153 is a Dia De Los Muertos. Um, Honoring your ancestors. I know my roommate had a Dia De los Muertos mask, as well as this. I borrowed this, but I couldn't find the mask, so I'm just doing it this way. But Dia de los Muertos, or the Day of the Dead, it really is not just one day. It spans several days, and but I'm just talking about it on November 1st, which I was thinking I should be talking about SNAP benefits because I almost applied for SNAP benefits a few weeks ago, but the government shut down, and I thought, well, they're telling people on SNAP benefits they're not getting them on November 1st, so if I apply, it's kind of going to be a moot point. They may say I qualify, but my timing sometimes really, really sucks. So, speaking of ancestors, so my dance coming up tomorrow, and they're doing, I might wear this. This might be fun to wear tomorrow, but it's about honoring your ancestors. And I don't know if I've told you what I am, besides polka dot. Spotted. But I'm like half German on my dad's side. I don't think I'm like third generation American. And yes, I'm a United States citizen. My my great grandparents came over from Prussia and Germany. They were farmers. Um, and the Germans landed in Minnesota. And then I'm Swiss Italian, and I'm about a quarter Swiss Italian. My mother's father, and those are the people that I knew the most, that I saw the most growing up, were the Swiss Italians. Most of the family reunions I went to were for the Swiss Italians. I think I went to one German one in Minnesota. But yeah. Um, The Swiss Italians are the ones that I relate to the most, but then the other quarter that I do relate to that too. It's English, Scottish, and Irish. And so, yeah, I have that. When we were growing up, we were told that we were Native American, but then that became the English, Scottish, and Irish. But that's another story for another day. But those are my ancestors. The Swiss Italian and The Swiss Italian came to California as indentured servants. At least my great grandmother did. She was like a grandmother to me. I didn't know my mom's mom that well. The English, Scottish, and Irish side. That's why we thought we were native, because the Swiss Italians didn't know for sure. And they thought the last name of Hull might be native. Um, but I grew up thinking I was part native anyway. That was cool until they told me I wasn't. Um, my daughter has it from my ex-husband, but whatever. Um, so the um, the Swiss Italians were like in Wairika in California and settled there, and the English, Scottish, and Irish were in um, California eventually, I guess. I don't know that much about that side, except there were pirates and witches. Most of my heritage is farming, but the English, Scottish, and Irish found out recently we were witches and pirates. So that's my rebellious side. Anyway, so I have some things from the English, Scottish, and Irish. My mom's mom did needlepoint on pillowcases and did some doilies and made a apron, half apron, that I still have to this day, and I've given it to my daughter. And And there's some heritage there. Oh, I should get the other thing. It's just right over here. So that, maybe I should show some needlepoint. What do you think? You guys, wait a second. I'm gonna run away. Run away. And I get to see my pajamas. Ooh, all the way. I saw my pajamas. Ooh, you saw that? No, no, don't see that. This right here. This is, I don't have any of the needlepoint or the doilies around, but I do have some of that. And then this, something that I keep. I had other things, but um, some of them got broken over time. Some of them other people ran off with. But this one I've kept this whole time. This was my great grandmother's. This was Italian side. Eventually, when my mom passes, I might get some of my grandfather's pipes. And then her mom, like I said, I have some needlepoint and sewing that she did. That I've kept. And I think a tablecloth or something that was hers. I also have I think some stuff from the Germans as well. But this was from this was Italian, and this she actually got. Let's see if I can read this. In Italy. I can't even read the date, but it was a long time ago. She's long past. She passed away a long time ago. But this always reminds me of my great grandmother. And I was her favorite. I wasn't anybody else's favorite, and I haven't been anybody else's favorite since, for maybe my daughters. So this reminds me of her and the love that she had for me. And I keep this with me, and this is one of my ancestral pieces. The German side, I have piece of clothing that I used to wear when I was younger and thinner, you know. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe I need to stand up again. This was my grandmother, my dad's mom, in Minnesota. This was her skirt when she was 16 years old. She died a few years ago at 102. So, very, 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 almost 100-year-old skirt. And she wore it, and she gave it to me and my sister. And we wore it when it would see like this ain't gonna fit around my waist. But tomorrow at dance, is it tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow at dance. I'm gonna try to wear this and kind of just safety pin it together because we're supposed to be honoring our ancestors. I think this is all I'm going to bring for dance for honoring ancestors. Because I don't the this ceramic piece is too precious to me. And actually, my daughter wore this when she was younger too, and now we're just way too thick to wear it. But believe it or not, my waist was that wide at one point in life. It's not now. But yeah, this was my grandma's, and she wore it when she was 16. So those are some of the things I'm trying to do to honor my heritage and my ancestors. And these are some of the oldest pieces I have. I think this has to be maybe 75 years old. I'm guessing 70, 75 years old. This is, like I said, probably 90 something years old. And that's how I'm going to honor my ancestors. Maybe I'll eat some Italian and have something German, beer. I'll have some Italian food with some German beer, and then I'll have some Swiss cheese on that. And then I'll do a jig. Wear kilt. I don't know. But honor your ancestors today. Know where you're from. Yeah, we had crazy people. We had rebels. We had people just trying to figure life out. and some very kind and beautiful people in my ancestry, and some really bad people in my ancestry. So, um, just moving forward, but honoring them and moving forward and trying to be the best person I can be. Ciao, Bellas.